Okay, we're going.
You ready?
Yep.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I'm Kathy.
I'm Nancy.
And we're
we are
the
the so-and-sos.
Those old so-and-sos. Hope everyone's doing great. We want to thank everybody for subscribing, and welcome to all the new subscribers, and welcome back to all of the previous subscribers. I won't call you old, your previous subscribers. So, thanks a lot.
So, we have some shout-outs.
Do we?
We have one, and Peaceful, her name is Monica.
Monica?
Oh. Peaceful Things?
I don't know. I'm not
Did you watch her?
with her, no.
Okay. She sent us a message.
Oh, I remember.
She sent us a message and asked if we'd shout her out. She has
Peaceful Times.
Peaceful Times. And it's Pieceful.
Right.
And when I did a search for her, I actually had to put her first name in also, which is Monica. So anyway, if you go, and she has some great projects and some really cute
I've
stitches.
got it queued up. I was getting ready to go to a retreat, and I didn't have time to watch everything I wanted.
So anyway, so go over and watch her.
Yes, definitely.
She only has 4 videos, but she's been doing Flosstube for a few months now. So.
All right.
So anyway.
Do we have questions?
We did have questions.
Okay.
So we had somebody ask. I didn't tell Kathy what these questions were, so.
That's okay.
So I had somebody ask how we decide to finish our pieces. So.
I guess it just depends on the piece and the shape, the size, whether we want to frame it. If we don't want to frame it, then you have to decide how you want to finish it. So with me, if something's square, I think, will it fit on a box? Will it fit on a piece of wood I have? A hornbook shape? Is it round? I have little things that will fit on brooms, things like that. I save all this stuff for finishing, and when I finish a project, I pull out all my finishing items and see what it will fit on. So that's something you can do, is start saving things to finish projects on. And then when you do finish a project, if you don't have something in mind, go through and see what it'll fit on. That's one thing I do.
Yeah. And I get a lot of my ideas from Instagram.
I do too.
Or Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times if you have an item that you want to finish, but you don't know how to finish it, if you'll just search the name
of that design.
Yeah, do it like hashtag and the design name on Instagram. It will bring up, tons and tons and tons of ideas.
Yeah, because people have finished it all different ways. Even before you start the pattern, you might look, because people do them on all different fabrics with different thread colors, and you can get a ton of ideas.
Yeah,
even before you start.
And then on Facebook, every designer has a Facebook group.
Yeah.
So if you just go in and ask to join, say with thy needle and thread, there's a Facebook group for them. So if you go in, and then you can go, if you're in that Facebook group, you can go up to the search and type in the name of the pattern, and it will bring a list. It'll bring everybody that's posted that pattern. Yeah. And so you can get ideas. And a lot of times, I look at the front of how the designer finished it.
Yeah, how did the designer do it?
A lot of times I do. And sometimes I'll even be stitching a piece, and then like in the middle of stitching, I'll think, oh, this is how I want to finish it.
Yeah.
So I kind of,
There's lots of ideas out there. You just kind of have to look around.
And I am not an original idea person. I copy. So if I see something I like, then I'll screenshot it or whatever, and then
save those ideas. Even Pinterest is another great place to look. You can find a million ideas on Pinterest and save them. I have one file or board or whatever you want to call it that's all cross-stitch finishes that I've pinned that I thought were really cute. And sometimes I'll go back through them and think, oh, that thing I'm working on, that would be really cute finished in this way. Yeah. So that's how we get ideas.
Yep.
What's your other one?
And then it helps when you have friends that are cross stitchers, because you can bounce ideas off of them too.
Right.
So. Then there was another person that asked. She's a new stitcher, and she wanted to know where we buy our patterns, our fabric, our floss, all that
Everything.
stuff. Online.
Online, because we don't have a close LNS. They're 3 hours away either way we go. 2.5, 3 hours. So we shop online.
Yep, mostly. And so she wanted suggestions
of
shops. So any Flosstube that you watch that mentions a needle workshop, call them. Call the needle workshop, because most of them do online ordering or will do mail order.
And they'll kit it up for you.
Etsy is another great place.
Yeah.
I order a lot from Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's the big ones like 1, 2, 3 Stitch. They're nice because when you bring up a pattern, it lists all the thread, all the floss, what fabric was used. And if you want, you can check off if you already have some of the floss. You don't have to check all. You can just check the ones you need. And that way you're not duplicating floss that you already have.
Right.
Of course, Fat Quarter Shop. I mean, there's a ton of online, but most LNSs will mail order.
Yes.
So any of them across the United States will be glad to help you with that.
And sometimes if you're stitching a chart and you type in that name into Google, it will bring up
the shops
that have that chart. So
right. So that's what we do.
So anyway, the rest of the questions I just answered online, but those are two that I wanted to. It seemed easier to talk about it rather than try to type it out.
Type it all out, yeah.
So.
Okay, moving right along.
So I just wanted to mention we had our first stitching meetup with some friends.
We did. It was fun.
We're doing this the second Tuesday of the month.
Uh-huh.
And so if you are close to
Burley, Idaho,
or around Burley, Idaho, and you want to know more details, just send one of us a message on Instagram, and we will give you more details, because we'd love for whoever wants to join us.
We had 3 more ladies come, so there were 5 of us all together. But 2 of the 5 left for Arizona for the winter.
Yep.
So we're back down to
now we're down
us to 2 and one more.
One
Carol. And that's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to come, you're more than welcome.
But we do it. It's on a Tuesday. It's during the day, and we meet up for lunch, and then we stitch for about 4 hours.
Yes, we had plenty of time to stitch. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was fun. And that second Tuesday of every month.
Second Tuesday of every month.
So it'll be next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
The 8th. Okay.
All right. So should we get into what we finished?
Sure.
Our fully finished?
Let's do that. Fully finished. You go ahead.
I have a lot.
Well.
I have a lot. I have a lot of fully finished and finished. So everything that was in my rotation for the month of September and October, I completed.
She's a star.
So, all right. So we'll start with the small one.
Okay. This turned out so cute.
Now this was not a whip. This was a start. It was started as
a SAL.
Part of a SAL with
a very short-lived SAL.
A very short-lived SAL with Jeanette from Crafty Cottage Stitches, and I think Lisa Abbey joined in, and then Kathy and myself. So it was an informal stitch along, and they all finished before I did, and they all fully finished before I did. But this is my fully finished of it. This is Where the Bittersweet Blooms by With Thy Needle and Thread.
It's right here is the pattern.
And I wasn't sure how I wanted to finish this. Jeanette framed hers. Lisa and Kathy made pillows. But then I thought I want to put mine on a board. Now, I have a story about the board.
That's a cute board. It has a diamond at the top.
So I had a board like this from somebody had given me as a gift.
Oh, okay.
And I think they had gotten it from, Homestead Needleworks on Etsy.
Online. Yeah, Etsy.
And I had the board I had was about an inch too short. It was perfect the width-wise, but it was an inch too short. And so I went all over my town, which we don't have a whole lot of options, but I went to the dollar store, I went to Walmart, I went to both thrift stores in town and a home decor store, and I couldn't find what I wanted. And I was talking to my husband. I says, man, I wish I had a squirrel saw. I says, I could just trace out the board, make it an inch longer, and it would work. And he says, well, my friend has one. I'm like, good, let's go buy some wood. So we bought the wood. I traced it out, added an inch, and I actually added, it's a little bit wider too. I did add a little bit more on the sides, and he took it over and cut it out for me.
Well, he did a really nice job.
And I just painted it black and then just distressed it. And then the ribbon is just seam binding ribbon, kind of silky. But I wanted it a certain color because I wanted it to match the orange. So I went on to the RIT dye, and got into their formula, and I did a batch, and it was too mauve-y.
Oh, pinkish.
Yeah, for the formula that I used. And so then I tried it, kind of adjusting the formula a little bit. And
were you trying to get the orange?
I wanted this orange, and I wanted it to really match this, which it's really close.
It is.
And so after 3 attempts, I thought, because I couldn't get the right color. And then I thought, okay, what makes orange? Red and yellow make orange. So I took a yellow RIT dye and a red RIT dye and added just a touch of, and when I say a touch, I dipped my finger, well, my gloved finger, so I have a blue finger, into blue, and then swished it around in the water just to give it that little bit of blue. And it came out too bright. So then I did coffee. I mixed up some coffee and tea and let it soak in there, and then I got the perfect color.
Wow.
So,
wow. I bet you can't do that again.
No, and don't ask me the colors because I have no idea. But anyway, I just matted it on mat board with a little bit of batting under it, and then just some fabric for my stash.
That's really cute.
So,
that turned out
and I just wanted
cute.
something simple. I thought about putting some trim around the sides here, and I decided I just wanted it simple. So.
Well, it turned out really cute. Yep. Should I show mine?
Yeah,
Since
go
I
ahead
have it?
and show yours.
So here's my final finish of it. I put a strip of fabric on the bottom and some rickrack, little tiny rickrack, and buttons. And then this is moss is the color, chenille from Lady Dot Creates. And then I sewed all the way around and cut a slit down the middle and put this little piece of wool on and some little buttons on the back. And it's a really flat one. I ironed it really flat. I stuffed it with cotton batting. And cotton batting is good if you want something flat. The only trouble with it, if you put it in a pin cushion, you almost cannot put a pin in it. I don't know what the deal is, but it's just
really? Because
through the batting. It won't go through the batting.
When you use polyester and you iron it, it kind of melts those fibers.
Oh, yeah.
So it kind of makes it where it'd be hard. But
well, even if you don't iron it, I've stuffed pin cushions with cotton batting, and you cannot stick a pin in it. I mean, you have to wiggle it all around until you finally get it to go in.
Really?
I don't understand.
Well, let's hold them up together because she used the call for colors, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I just used colors that I was using for Turkey Hollow Farms. So
they're a little different, but pretty much the same.
Yeah, mine are a little bit darker.
Yeah, my black's lighter and my pumpkin's lighter. Everything's a little lighter.
But
those were the called for.
They both turned out just adorable.
They did.
I love them.
They're cute. Okay, so there's an idea. 2 ideas for one thing.
Yep, 2 ideas for one thing.
Okay.
And keep going on
go ahead.
All right. These ones you've seen finished, but I've got them framed.
So pretty. Do you want me to hold it?
Turkey Hollow Farms by Stacy Nash. This is a thrift store frame that I used, and I just
did you have to cut it down? Nope.
I didn't cut it down, and I didn't paint it, but I did put wax over it.
It looks really nice. It's a perfect color.
And I just laced it on there.
Yep. It turned out perfect.
I love it. So it'll go, it will, I'm going to keep this one up year round. It'll go on my farmhouse wall.
Oh yeah, that's really cute.
So, let's see, where can I put these? And then this one you've seen before, but I got it fully framed also.
It's really nice too.
And I just laced it onto some foam core. I do put batting under all mine because I don't put glass on them.
And what's the name?
Miss Baxter's House by Stacy Nash.
And what did you stitch it on? 18 count?
This was on 18 count.
Vintage Country Mocha or something?
No, it's by Seraphim Fabrics. I think it's Tobias.
Oh, really good color for it.
Yeah. And I did change some of the floss colors. I use mostly DMC, but I did use that overdyed in the border.
It turned out really cute too.
And I did change this up a little bit here. So
I like it a lot. Good job.
yeah, so.
Nice frame.
And this is another thrift store frame, and I just put the wax on it too. All right, and I have one more finish. I have one more full. Well, no. Now we're going into just finishes.
Okay. Should I do my fully finish?
Yeah.
Okay. I showed you the little pillow. I finished this. This is from the pattern Festive Little Fobs by Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery. And this was the little bird. And I put it on a button, a covered button. Can you see it? I could put a paper behind it or something. It's just a little bird, sewing bird with a pin cushion in the back. And I just put a little button on it to fill in the space. Cute. So that's just one of them. I finished a couple of strawberries out of here that I've shown you already. And that's the little bird. And I'm still working on a few more. They're fun to do.
That's really cute.
I think I'm going to do the rest on perforated paper and figure out what I can do with them as a finish. And then you've already seen this one. I decided how I'm going to mount it. This is Needle and Thread by Brenda Gervais, the hippie lady is what we've been calling her. Oh, there's a lot of glare on that. I'm sorry. The hippie lady. And so this is my finish of it. And then my husband is looking for a board, just a flat board to put it on. And probably on one side, probably the left end of it, we'll put a peg or something on the board just to make it a little different. And so that's ready to completely finish. I guess that really wasn't a FFO. And then the last one, oh no, I have one more. I had finished this little pumpkin head girl that's wool applique and found this pumpkin at Hobby Lobby. It just looks like that when you find it. It already had the raffia and these little leaves on it. And it's this pattern all through the night. Little Pumpkin Head is the name of the pattern. And it turned, I thought it looked cute on there.
He's cute. He's really cute.
And the last one, you've seen it finished but not fully finished and framed. And it's my All Things Great and Small. And I found this frame at Hobby Lobby. It had been $137, marked down to $8.50. And it was huge. It was 24 by 26. And I brought it home. It was unfinished walnut. And my husband cut it down. And there's enough left over to make at least one more frame. 2 or 3 if I make small frames out of it. But someone wanted to see how I had done the borders because they didn't want to do the border. On the bottom, this green line went all the way across, and you can see there's these other borders in here. So I just repeated it at the top, just the green line. And then this little squiggle is actually part of the border before you put the flowers on. and I did it in the rose color like the barn, and just made a squiggle down both sides. I thought myself, I thought the border that it comes with was a little too busy. So it needs a border, but I didn't think it needed that busy border. So I just changed it to where I liked it. And I'm really happy with it. And I like the way the frame looks. It was a great buy on the frame. I couldn't believe it. So there's that one.
Cute.
Fully finished.
You need to teach me how to do that on the back.
Oh.
With the brown paper.
Yeah, if you take brown paper, it sounds crazy. Glue it down to the edges, and you can let it hang over. It doesn't matter. Just cover the whole back with it and glue it down and let it dry for maybe 15-20 minutes so the glue is tacky and holding the paper. Then you take a spray bottle of water and just mist the whole thing. And it is going to wrinkle up, and you're going to think, I ruined it. Oh my gosh, I ruined it. Leave it alone. Let it dry overnight. You come back in, and it's like a drum. It'll dry and suck up all the wrinkles, and then you can take an X-Acto knife and trim it. I usually trim it about 1/4 inch in from the edge, and then you can put your hanger on and your card or whatever you want to put on the back. So that's a trick I learned. I worked for a framer for a little while. And you think you've ruined it, but you haven't.
So all mine don't have anything behind on the back. You can see all my lacing.
Okay. You have a finish, but not
I have
fully finished.
a few finishes. Sorry, I have to reach for them.
Yep.
All right. We'll start with this one. Sorry for the crinkling. They're in bags.
One little crinkle.
I like the crinkling sound.
It
doesn't bother me.
It's something new.
Okay, so this one.
Yeah, she finished this. She can start working on mine now.
I got Women of the Mayflower Coming to America done.
Wow.
I knew I would have this one finished.
I did too. I knew you were going to have
I didn't have a whole lot done. So.
All done, and it looks fabulous.
And I think I'm going to make it into a bell pull, but not right away. Because I was looking at online, they're like $25, and I don't think I want to invest $25 into it.
Well, you can always do it with a wooden dowel.
That's what I'm thinking I might do.
Just stain a wooden dowel and put plugs on the end.
So.
It is so cute.
My ship has finally landed.
Mine is barely sailed.
So, yeah, I think
turned
it
out
turned
really
out pretty
cute.
good. I used all the called for fabric, all the called for floss.
Well,
everything.
It came as a kit, right?
Yeah. But this bird didn't show up very good, so I outlined him.
Yep.
But then I thought, because I didn't put the wings on these birds either, because I thought it looked funny once I put them on there. And I almost was tempted to take this one out, but I'm just done with the project, so it's staying.
I think it looks great.
So.
Very, very cute.
Anyway.
That's a big one to have finished.
Glad to have that one done.
Yay.
It was over 2 years in the making, so. And then this is an unexpected finish.
We finished this before I went on the retreat, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. This is Halloween at Hollyberry Farm by Stacy Nash. She's quickly becoming one of my favorite designers.
And we're going to see her in April.
Yes.
At Quilter Station.
Yes, we are. Stitched on 18 count Witching Hour by Seraphim Fabrics. Then I over dyed it and did some different things to kind of make it darker and more spooky looking.
It's really pretty.
Using DMC. I don't think I used any over dyed floss. And I did change some things, like the stairs didn't show, so I changed the color of the stairs, and I used a navy blue for the flowers instead of black, and so then I sprinkled navy blue out throughout. I think all the crosses are navy blue.
Up here.
Mm-hmm, and right over here. So I kind of just did some, I used the, I don't even think it had called for DMC. I had to come up with my own.
Oh, your own conversion?
My own conversion.
Well, it turned out really pretty.
I love it. I just have to find a frame for it. I don't know if I'll frame it this year, but
that's
it's done, and it was a whip marked off my list.
So should I show this one?
Yes.
Okay, I finished A Witch in Her Garden with Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. I finished this at retreat. Actually, I actually did stitching at retreat because I had the whole, I had this whole side to finish, and I finished it at the retreat. Or no, maybe it was that side. I don't remember. One of the other sides I finished at the retreat. So I am going to make it into the drum. It was stitched on 36 count Patriots Brew. One strand over 2 threads. I did find at the retreat they had a lot of Lady Dot Creates velveteen, so I found an orange that's going to match for the top, and I'm going to make this drum. Let me take it out. It's going to reflect bad. So Nancy was kind enough to bring me a squash top today that I can use, and then I just need to get the little candle stand. Actually, I have one out in the garage. So I'm going to make it into a drum, so in a couple of weeks you will get to see the drum. I'll get it all finished. So I have all the parts.
So does it say how to attach the...
You just glue it on.
Oh, glue it on.
Yep.
Because I was watching a Flosstube.
I'll probably put a button in it to draw it down,
so
it'll be flat, and let it glue it to the button.
That makes sense, because I was watching a Flosstube yesterday, and they were talking about that, of how to attach it. And I thought, well, if you just glue it, it's not going to sink.
Yeah, it won't sink in.
And I think it would be still kind of wobbly.
Yeah, it could be, but see the way it's kind of sunk in. I think if you, this is on a disc of cardboard, probably you'd need to do the button on. And I'm going to have to think about it.
Well, if you could poke like 2 holes through the cardboard.
And then tie the button to it.
And sink it down
sink it down, and then glue this to the button.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Just so it has a place to glue to and kind of looks sunk in.
That's so cute. I have it to stitch.
Yeah, it's really cute. And I think that's all I got done.
I have one more, and this is going to be kind of hard.
How are we going to show
I don't know
this?
how we're going to show this. I finished my Happy Place quilt by Lori Holt. I got the top done. It's not quilted yet, but
it's all...
I do have the top done. So
we're going to start with half of it at the top.
Yeah, we'll start with half. We'll show each block. How's that sound? Let's see. It goes like this. There we go. I think you have the end right here.
Oh, this way.
Oh. Okay. No. It is hard to show.
We're buried in a quilt.
Okay, so since I showed this last, this block was made. And then there's the applique block, which I already showed. And then there's part of the sewing scissors.
That's the fat quarter block.
And I think
this one, I think.
Yeah, this is the fat quarter block.
And there's the yarn.
And that one I made since
last time.
And then
that's a ball of yarn with knitting needles.
That's the knitting block. And then we have the crochet hooks, which I had to remake because they're barely, once you cut it to fit, yeah. In fact, I sewed, it's
there.
like right on the seam. This is the crochet block, which I made since we've seen you last. Then we got the cross stitch and the embroidery scissors. Let's flip it this way.
Easy for you to say. Oh, there we go.
And then the quilting blocks, the sewing machine, which I've showed. the button jar and the seam ripper.
Oh, I'm getting lost.
And on the button jar, she showed it 2 different ways. You could fill the whole thing with buttons, or you could just do the heart, and I decided to do both.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's cute.
And then you got the pin cushions, and then the ironing block. Let's see.
Where am I? Here I am.
And then there's another quilt block. This is the needle book. That was fun to make.
Oh, that's cute.
And she says to put a needle in here, but I'm not going to put a needle in a quilt.
It's going to poke somebody.
There's the spray bottle.
And
Another quilt block. And then the embroidery floss.
Yep. Cute.
So.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Anyway, and then she has you put in the border, put corner quilt blocks in the corner, but the border's like 10 inches wide.
A really wide border.
I didn't want to do a 10-inch border, so I just cut 3.5-inch strips, so my border will be 3 inches.
That's really cute.
So,
wow.
Anyway, and I'll post the picture on Instagram so you can see the full quilt clear out.
Wow.
So that is all
of our finishes.
All of my finishes.
Yep, that's all mine.
So whips.
I have no whips because I finished my 1 whip.
And I got quilt strings all over.
Actually, I finished 3 whips, so.
And I only have 1 whip. And oh no, I have 2.
You have 2? Okay.
I have 2. The first one.
I'm going to have new starts.
The first one I have is this one, which is Little House Nail Works Quilting Bee.
Oh yeah.
And this is my Sunday stitch. So I'll show it to you, then I'll talk about it.
Way cute. Oh wow, you're coming along.
So the last time I showed it, I had the middle block done and this block. So I've done that block. I can do a block a week, a block a Sunday.
A block a Sunday, that's great.
So
you've got half of this one because it's wider.
Yeah, this is a wide block. So next Sunday I'll be able to finish
that one.
Wow,
you're going to have that done pretty soon.
Yep, and this is being stitched on.
Like
do you want to hold
of the year.
Hold that, and I'll tell you what it's. It's being stitched on Prairie Grass from Seraphim Fabrics, and it's 18 count.
I love the little cow block with the chicken and the leaves. That is really cute.
And I've been thinking how to personalize it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have to rechart. I'm going to rechart this up here for how I'm going to personalize it.
What does it say now?
It says Orchard Valley Quilting Bee.
Oh, okay.
And I think I'm going to do I'm going to use my Instagram name. Maybe do So Cozy Stitching and Quilting.
Oh,
maybe.
Nice. That'd be cute. That'd be very cute.
And then it has names under the little ladies.
Oh.
So maybe I'll put my stitching and quilting friends' names in there.
That's a good idea. Huh. That's
so
really cute.
Anyway, I have to do some recharting on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other whip is a whip, a give up, a restart.
And halfway done.
And a halfway done. So I was working on these for my grandbabies, for their birth samplers. And I mean, I got a lot done. This is the end right here on this side, and then it just has a little bit over on this side.
And it says how wonderful, or no, now that you're in the world, how wonderful life is now that you're in the world.
Something like that. Anyway.
You didn't like this fabric?
I hated the fabric.
Oh.
And I had started that Gobble Gob by Plum Street on this, and I threw it away.
Oh.
So I should have known better.
You should have known you didn't like this fabric.
So I think I'm going to take the rest of the fabric and get rid of it so that I don't start. So I had,
like, is it fiddler's? Not fiddler's.
It's kind of like a fiddler's cloth, but it
has little, kind of little flecks in it, if you can see it. Yeah, there you can kind of see. There's little flecks of brown in it.
But I don't know. And this is how much I had done on this one.
Because she's doing them for twins, so she's doing the same thing.
So those are going in the garbage.
They're going bye-bye, I guess. Woo. That's a lot of work.
So then I thought, okay, and I still wanted to do them on 14 count because if I did them on 18, they would be super, super tiny.
Yeah, they would be small.
And I wanted them a little bit bigger. So here's the chart. My chart is really, really getting beat up.
How wonderful life is now that you're in the world. That is a really cute one for a burst sampler.
So, and their quilts I made them are outdoorsy themes, so I thought they would be really cute. So,
ooh, I like this, gray.
I got some fabric and I dyed it.
I like this a lot better, actually.
And this is where I'm at.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, this is a gray. What color did you use to dye it?
I used taupe, mostly taupe with just a little bit of evening blue in it.
Oh, you did some good modeling.
And then I over dyed it in taupe.
Well, that turned out really nice.
So
you're almost back to where you were before you quit.
Pretty much. So when I quit, I didn't have any of this done on any of them. And I had like to the R
yeah,
on one of them. And over here I had a tree, a couple of trees, a bear, a tent, and a turtle. So I mean, like I'm really close to being where I would say I'm as far as I was.
And this is the other one. It's in the same place. She's stitching 2 at a time.
Yeah, and I do a color.
One color at a time.
Yeah, so like I did this blue and then I'd pick up the other one and do the same thing. So yeah. Anyway, so when I restarted, I thought, oh no, I'm not going to get these done for Christmas now, but
yes, you are.
I am now.
Oh yeah.
And I actually, because of how my rotation went and I had everything done in my rotation, I was able to spend Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday just on this.
Wow.
So
that's great.
To get caught back up.
You got a lot. Yeah, you're caught back up. That's fantastic.
So now these will just be worked on here and there for the next month or so, and I'll get them done. That's all of my whips. So now what?
Should I talk about retreat?
Well,
or what else do you have to show?
We
have to show everything first.
I have my plans.
Okay.
Oh, I do have one more whip.
Oh, okay.
It's not a quilt. It's not a cross stitch. Actually, I have 2 more whips.
Okay, go.
One's a quilt and one's wool. So I have worked on this a little bit.
Oh, your wool quilt. Oh, that's cute.
So I decided. So I started that one project that was going to finish the wool mat.
Uh-huh.
I'm just bored. I don't know. I just don't like it. So I thought I was in the mood to keep going on this. So I thought, well, why not just keep going till I'm
These apples
done.
are all done.
Yeah, the apples are done. The fence is done.
You're working on the scarecrow.
The scarecrow.
You've got him up to his.
He's partly done.
Bandana is done.
Because what I'm doing is I'm pulling out the Valdani threads, and then I'll do everything in that color.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Show them the back because you can see on the back what she's done.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, so
red and white. Yep. It's looking good.
Yeah, so.
And that's the big quilt with, what's it called?
Live a Thankful Life by Primitive Gatherings.
And there's 12 blocks about this size.
Yep, and then there's a million pennies for the sashing and.
Go around the edge.
Sashing and borders and stuff. Anyway, so I'm just going to keep going on that till I don't feel like doing it anymore. And then I have a quilt whip. Oh, I have my swing blocks too. So I'm going to show you my swing blocks. I'm putting this quilt away until after the first of the year.
Oh, you are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I have 7 blocks done. And so I'm almost halfway.
Need 16.
I need 16. But I finished my Happy Place quilt because I was so close to getting it done. I was close to having my Happy Place done, so I wanted to finish it. When I get close to a quilt, then I just wanted to finish it. And so I'm putting these blocks up until after the first of the year, but these are what I have done.
They're very cute. Here, do you want me to hold this?
And I'll just flip them. And I'm using Granny Chic by Lori Holt, and then just some background fabric I had in my stash.
That's a cute one. I like the red.
And this is my one block that doesn't have a whole lot of contrast.
Oh, I still think it's cute.
And then that one.
Very nice.
So I'm getting there. And
so my blocks are all done. All I need to do is sew strips of sashing and put it together, and it'll be ready to quilt.
So I decided to pull out. This is an old quilt I started 2 years ago, I think, and it's part embroidery on my embroidery machine.
Oh.
And it's by Kimberbell, called, this is probably the best picture of it, We Whisk You a Merry Christmas.
Oh, we whisk you a Merry Christmas.
And it's a small one. It's like 38 by 38.
Oh, that's cute.
So I thought, and I have all the embroidery pieces done. So I just need to make
the sashings and borders and things.
that one, and I need to make this one.
Oh, looks like checkerboard.
Yeah, they're just squares. Well, they're just squares.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't think there's a. Yeah, they're just piece.
Little piece squares.
Let's see if that's a better. So they're just pieced, and then this is just a strip of sashing, and then I do have to make these 4 pinwheel blocks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
and then
cute.
The border. So I mean,
you can finish that by Christmas.
Yeah, I'll have. I
Sure.
won't have it quilted because I think I might have my quilter quilted. Usually when they're this small, I quilt them myself, but because of all the embroidery, and there's buttons and different things on it. So I'll show you some of the blocks that I've embroidered. So
that's cute.
Peppermints. I have 3 of them.
They're really cute. Very sparkly.
Rolling pin.
That's cute.
And the sugar jar.
So the CD for all the embroidery comes with the pattern. That's really cute.
And it tells you when you embroidery on a machine, it tells you, it embroiders the outline, and then it stops, and you put your fabric on it, and change your thread color, because there are thread color changes.
You see there's pink for pink and green for green,
and it will stop embroidering and tell you what to do.
I need to get off the table. I'm rocking it.
And then there's hot chocolate blocks. Cute. And here's a hot chocolate block.
Cute.
And this one was fun because it has vinyl. So you put the fabric in for the cupcake, and then
roll that first, and then the vinyl over the top.
Yeah, and this one has a button, so I had to sew the button on first, and then you put the vinyl down.
That's really cute. It looks like a cloche or cake dome or whatever they're called.
And then this says sugar and spice makes the holidays nice.
Oh, that's cute.
So that's the top row of the quilt. And then the next row.
Well, you did a lot of embroidery.
I did. I actually did the embroidery in one day.
Oh, wow.
I spent the entire day doing it, and then I just put it up and never finished it. And
we whisk you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
There's the whisk block.
That's cute.
And then the mixers. There's 3 mixers.
Oh, those are cute. Oh, those are really cute.
Here, I'll just let you put those back in there.
Okay.
And then the third row has a gingerbread. Now these are supposed to be cookies. So it's gingerbread cookie, a stocking cookie, Christmas tree,
Oops.
the bell,
Cute.
candy cane,
Cute.
and then all you need is love and Christmas cookies.
Oh, that's a really cute one. That's a good one.
And then the fourth row are aprons. There's that one. And this little pocket, you can actually put something in the pocket.
A whisk.
And there is buttons that I bought.
Oh, cute.
You could buy the embellishment pack, so that's what I did. And so the buttons. So I'll put the candy cane in that one.
Those are cute.
And then
Oh, this one already has something in its pocket.
there's that one.
It has a spatula.
And then this one has a pocket too, so I can put like the gingerbread. I think I'll put the gingerbread man in that one. This one has a whisk. And there's this one. And I'll probably just put a button on this one.
Oh, those are cute.
So anyway,
cute.
and then I have the border fabric, and I have the backing, everything. So
All ready to go.
I think in a day or
think we
two,
could
I could put this
together.
whole thing together.
Yeah. That'll be really fun for Christmas.
So those are my whips.
I have no whip. I'm going to start something. I haven't really decided what.
You don't know what you're going to start?
Well,
Sorry for the crinkle.
while I was at the retreat, I kitted up 2 Christmas stockings, one for me and one for my husband. And it's a surprise to him, but whoops, I keep hitting the table. He probably will watch this, so it won't be so much of a surprise. But they're the shepherd's bush, the big stockings, and I got, it's actually 20 count natural fabric, and it's an even weave, and then you go over 2, so that makes it 10 count. So the stitches are big. And Teresa Vanette,
So it'd be like stitching on a 10 count.
like on a 10 count fabric, yeah. And Teresa Vanette was making one at the retreat, and she got like the whole front done. She needs the name at the top and a little bit on the bottom, and it'll be done during the retreat. I saw her start it and go that far during the retreat, so I thought I can get those done before Christmas, so I'll get a couple of those.
Yeah,
So I
because
did.
they're in our next video.
Mhm.
Should we show mine?
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
I've stitched them all.
She stitched
So
all of it. How many are there altogether?
there's like 26, I think.
Yeah.
And I've stitched. There was one I didn't stitch. I absolutely just did not like it, and it was one of the, I think probably their first one they ever did. And then I haven't stitched the last one that they just came out with
Hector.
this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hector.
saw Hector and it was really cute, but I chose Parker instead.
So, but I'll show them, and I don't have them all fully finished because as family members are added, which I don't know that we're gonna have any more family members at this point until I get great grandkids. I don't know. Anyway, but I have them all stitched, so they're all ready. So anyway,
yeah,
but I'll show you.
They just need
show you
names
them.
on them, don't they?
So do you want to go through my plans, and then we'll
Yeah.
then finish up
that,
with the
yeah.
retreat.
And I have plans.
Okay, so I pulled out all my whips
Your Christmas whips from
that are
last year.
that are Christmas and winter related. And these are all ones that I think I started them either in 2020. No, let's see. Yeah, 2020, 2021, or this year. I don't think I started any this year.
No Christmas
No.
or winter yet.
So they're all started in either 2020 or 2021. So these are going to be my rotation for November and December. And I think I can get all but one done.
oh, wow. You are getting these whips cleaned up.
So the first one is Stacy Nash.
Christmas at Hollyberry Farm.
And this was my Christmas Day start in 2021.
Oh, okay, last year.
So there's not a whole lot of stitching on it. I think, well, I stitched on Christmas Day, and then I think I might have stitched it
quite a pretty good
one
start.
other day.
The house and the little dogs.
Yeah, so I'm using, let me see what I'm using. I don't even know, I don't even think I wrote down what I'm stitching this on. I didn't.
It's a grayish brown.
Yeah, it's kind of a grayish brown, and I know that I didn't dye it, but I think I did spray antiquing spray on it.
Yep, it looks like it. I can see speckled leaves down here.
And I'm using, so these are the colors I'm using. I don't know if you can see
Anchor
them.
and
So Anchor and DMC. So there's 4 DMC colors and 3 Anchor. So I'm using red, green, and white on the Anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to keep using them because I've started.
Right.
And I wanted to put some color in it, so I just outlined the house. I still have to fill it in, but I wanted to put some color in because I wanted to see what these would look like. I think Anchor floss shreds very easily. Like I'll have my length cut and I'll be stitching, and about halfway through the floss, it'll break.
Yeah. I had that trouble with All Creatures Great and Small because it called for Anchor floss, so I had it kitted up with all the Anchor floss. The same thing happened. It knotted a lot more, I think, than DMC, and yeah, it broke all the time. It would break.
Yeah. So I mean, I could pick out the green and the red.
I wouldn't worry about it.
And white would be white, but I'm gonna just use them because that's what I kitted them up with. But
well, it looks fine.
I don't know the fabric.
It's just not very fun to stitch with. And other people stitch with it just fine, so
I think
it's me. I don't know.
I think it's just a preference.
I think it is too.
And it's in, I'm going to show you my bags because they're cute.
Really cute.
This is my absolute most favorite Christmas line that came out in 2021, and it's called Christmas Morning by Layla Boutique.
Oh.
And she's coming out with a new line in May of 2023 called Christmas Eve.
Oh, show them the back. It's really cute.
And it matches this line.
Oh, it matches. Oh, how nice.
So I cannot wait because I want that fabric. My next one is in this bag. And my friend Jeanette from Crafty Cottage Stitches.
Oh, that's adorable.
She made this for me. This is the back.
That's really cute.
And actually, these ones I did start this year because I decided I was going to do Mill Hill Mondays. And so
good idea.
I had started
paper.
I had started all of these charts. Let's see. So I have,
they're all snowmen.
yeah, they're all snowmen. I have this one done. And this one is done.
Cute.
And
Do you have them to show?
no,
Oh, way to go.
this one is done. I'll show them next time. And so I have this one left to do.
That one's cute.
And this is the one I'm working on.
That one's really cute.
And I have been just dying to get back to this one. So I think this is going to be the first one I pick up tonight because I get to start tonight.
All right. Yeah. November
So
1st.
excuse my thread, but that's where I'm at. So I have the snowman all outlined. I just need to fill in the
Jingle bell.
the white and then
the
do
snowman,
his
and then
hat.
His
And
scarf is done.
yeah, and then add the beads. And I don't mind beading.
I don't either. I think it's fun because it just pops.
And what I did is, remember when you used to get these?
Yes.
So I saved a lot of these because I thought, oh, they would be good for cross stitch finishes back, long time ago.
Yeah.
So what I did is I bought this. It's called the Beadsmith. I don't know if you can see it. Let me pull this off.
Just stick your beads on it.
And it's sticky. And it's sticky on both sides. So I just stuck it inside of this thing.
Uh-huh.
And it's actually just a tiny bit too big, but it doesn't matter.
It makes it.
And then your beads stick to this. And I keep my needle in here, my beading
just
needle.
Pick them up as you go.
Yep. And I don't have beads going everywhere because they stick to this. I've even dropped this with the beads on it.
And they haven't flown off?
They stay. Maybe a couple will fly off, but
wow.
they stay on there. So Anyway, so
that's fun. Here, I can put them back for you.
That's one.
I'll be Vanna, or Laura, or Brenda.
And this is my next project bag. This one I bought online from Diddle Daddly Designs. She doesn't do bags anymore, but I thought it was cute. This was before I was making bags. And this one is the Noel Sampler by Brenda Gervais. I love this one.
Cute.
This was a birthday start in 2020.
And your birthday is December 6th.
December 6th. Oh, and we'll talk about that too.
We will.
And this one I am using all the called for DMCs because it's just DMC. And I dyed my own fabric.
Oh, it's pretty.
For this one.
Color. It's a nice solid gray color. Ooh, that's
and
really
I don't
pretty.
know what.
So you've got
So
the alphabet started, right?
Yeah, I've started the alphabet.
So you're down to here. So you've got the deer and the trees.
It's kind of hard to see in the camera, but you can see it in real life really good.
Yeah, you can.
So
deer, trees and deer and the cartouche and that.
Yep.
So that's close to being done.
Yeah, so I think I'll have this one done for sure. I think by my birthday I'll have this one done.
I bet you will.
But I love it. It's pretty on this
Oh,
color.
it's really pretty. That gray makes the red really pop.
All right, and then this bag, I don't even remember where I got it, but I bought it online. I wanted this fabric line, and I couldn't find the fabric line, so I bought a bag instead.
That's a good idea.
But I don't remember who I bought it from.
And they don't have a label.
And there's no label on it.
Huh.
And this one has my winter rose banner in it.
I need to start mine.
This was, I think, a Thanksgiving start in 2020. See, so it's time I get these done.
Yes, it is.
This one is stitched on. That is not the correct thing.
Oh, you thought you were going to be smart and read it right off.
I was.
Oh, wow,
because
that's almost done.
Because I was going to stitch it on Driftwood by Color and Cotton.
Yeah.
And
how could you stop without finishing that?
Because
look at how close she is. What a goober.
So I wanted fabric. So the fabric in the picture, the fabric is Brenda's Brew.
Brenda's Brew.
But I wanted to match the fabric in the picture.
Uh-huh.
And so I dyed mine, and it matches
perfectly. I can tell. It matches that picture perfectly.
Yeah. So.
And did you use the called for colors?
No.
Of course not.
I don't ever use called for colors.
True.
I used.
Because your house stands out really well.
Let me see what I used.
Look at that. All she has is, what is it, a flower vase over the top of the house, and then it's done.
So I matched as close as I could with the DMCs.
Uh-huh.
Except for, I used some Victorian motto floss.
All that's left is that base on top of the house.
So these are my, so this is my house
You even
color.
have a border done.
And it's called Very Light Peach by Victorian Motto.
Oh, that's.
It's very.
It really.
It's very
out.
close to 224, I think. And then my bird.
Your red bird.
My red bird is. Let me look at it. Is these two reds right here?
What are they?
Whoops. One's called Antique Red Barn and Very Prim Red.
And those are Victorian motto?
Uh-huh. And they don't look like there's too much of a difference, but on the bird you can tell the difference.
Yeah. And
Well,
then
you
you
can
did the
even-
door.
And the door is in one of the colors.
And the border.
And the border is...
Now this doesn't have that many colors.
Yeah. And then, let's see. This pink is the pink in these flowers, which is called Sampler Rose. And then, my house is Very Light Peach by Victorian Motto.
It's gorgeous.
So yeah, the border is done. I think I need to fill in
Just, a little bit of
the border and then the basket on the house.
That's it. I don't know how you can stop so close to a finish.
Because it got to be springtime and I didn't want.
Like, I don't want to play this game anymore, huh?
So,
Here,
that will definitely be a finish. And then
I bet you finish all of it, except maybe Stacy Nash.
This fabric Jeanette sent to me, and I made a bag out of it.
It's very cute. I love snowman.
And I had this one in my stash. And I think I just used the snowflakes inside.
Very cute.
So,
and what's inside?
what is inside?
What's inside? Oh,
Stacy Nash's animal crackers.
the snowman's.
And this is Whitaker and Paisley.
Whitaker and Paisley. How cute. I want to do Paisley for sure.
Aren't they cute?
Yes.
They're so much fun to stitch.
They are. They're adorable.
And I'm stitching this one on Vintage Country Mocha 18 count. And I started with Whitaker. He's all outlined, so he just needs to be filled in.
That's easy if you're watching TV or something.
Yep. And then I started on Paisley, and she is almost all the way outlined. I don't know why I didn't finish her arm on the outline. And then I'll have to go in, because she has things on her dress.
Yeah, she's got all the little floweries.
Yeah. So I'll go in and add all those, and then I'll just be filling. So it's on the same piece of fabric.
They're upside down and backwards.
So
So cute.
I can't wait to work on this. So those are all my. So I have no fall finish. I have no fall whips left in my whips, and
you're down to those.
yeah, down to those.
Wow, very fun.
So let's talk about my birthday start.
Yeah,
and then
show
we'll
that.
go on to retreat.
Whoops, I keep hitting the table.
Because then my basket is empty. So for my birthday start, I showed this last time,
Auntie's sewing box.
and I decided I want to start this on my birthday. And
It's
so
Sue Hillis
I'm
Designs.
hoping to have all of those Christmas whips, except for the Christmas
At
at Holly
Holly
Bear
Farm.
Farms, done by the end of the month,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can concentrate on this in December too. And I plan on stitching all of the pieces
Mm-hmm.
in it. But if you want to join in, you can stitch it all, or you can just stitch,
Apart.
you know,
there are so many pieces
yeah,
to it.
there's
They're
just
so cute.
different pieces. And I've made a hashtag, and I will put it in the description box below, but it's Auntie's Sewing Box SAL.
Hashtag Auntie's Sewing Box SAL, and it
Yeah.
does have the apostrophe.
No, it does
Oh,
not.
it doesn't. Okay, never
No
mind. I did it wrong.
apostrophe.
No apostrophe.
So anyway, and my birthday is December 6th, so that's when I plan on starting. This is on December 6th.
And did you make that bag?
And I did make this bag.
Very cute.
So Jeanette sent me that fabric too.
All right, Jeanette, you're going to have to start sending me some fabric.
And then I just had this red and green in my stash.
Cute.
And I didn't have enough of this. I mean, I pieced this. This is from my stash, but I didn't have enough for only that.
For the little strip.
Yep, and then this was for my stash.
Yeah, it's funny when you start making project bags. Luckily, they have parts and pieces, because you'll end up without enough fabric for just one little strip, and
Yeah.
you can match something in.
And I've even on the insides, like this will be different than this.
Oh,
My back of the inside will be different than the front of the
'cause
inside.
you ran out of fabric. Yeah.
So
That's easy
they
to
are
piece.
very pieced together. And so I'm stitching mine on 18 count Almond Buff by Seraphim.
That's a pretty color.
So
Kind of hard to tell what color it is,
yeah,
but
it's just kind of a tan.
it's just almond color.
Yeah. And it calls for 16 count, and I'm doing mine on 18 count, but it'll be okay
I think I am too. Or I'm going to do it on 36, which will be 18. Same thing.
So it'll be okay because
it'll be a little smaller, but it's not going to be so much smaller that it's not going to fit the box.
And I think it just calls for all DMC, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. It doesn't call for any overnights. Mm-mm.
Which makes it really nice. Yeah. It's all DMC.
So, and I have all the DMC for it, so I'm all ready to go.
Yep, you are.
All right. So, last week, I went to the dentist. I went back to the dentist. I had a shingles shot. I spent all day Saturday dying because I felt awful. And Kathy was at a retreat.
Having a marvelous time. I went to the Amana Colonies in Iowa for the Farm Girl Fall Gathering that Michelle Rudy puts on. And it's my 4th Farm Girl Gathering. So the people that keep coming back every time, I know all them now, and there are a bunch of new ones this time. We had more people this time, nearly 90, I believe. We usually have around 75. So there were more new people to meet, and it was fun. We did a lot of shopping. Amana has, in Amana itself, there's a lot of antique stores that you can just walk to, and there's a furniture store that builds shaker boxes, and there's a woolen mill that, well, it's not the woolen mill. The woolen mill is now actually a hotel, but they still sell the wool items, and there are blankets and throws and everything made out of wool, and it's wonderful. And then there's antique stores. There are several of them that know when the stitchers are coming to town and actually put out stitch-related items. They'll save them just for us and put them out, and that's really fun to see what they have. And then there is the Woolen Needle, which is about a 20-minute drive away in another little town called Williamsburg, and we always go to the Woolen Needle. And then I was able to go to the Little Red Hen, which is in Muscatine, Iowa, and it's about an hour and 10-minute drive maybe from Amana. So I got there, when did I get there? Wednesday afternoon. So Thursday we went to the Little Red Hen, and then the stitching room opened at noon. So we hurried and shopped at the Little Red Hen. We got there just as they opened and shopped, and then came back, and the stitching room opened at 10. So we all went in and got our spots and put all our stuff out, and kind of, tacked out our territory, mapped it out, and got everybody seated. And then, let's see, that was Thursday. And we just stitched and talked and shopped all day Thursday. And then Friday, we went to the Woolen Needle in the morning, which is a wool store, obviously. And they have a lot of kits and a lot of things. The Little Red Hen is, and the Woolen Needle both do mail order. And they have, especially the Little Red Hen, everything is kitted up. Wool applique, cross stitch, quilting, all kinds of things. And if it's not in a kit, they will kit it up before they mail it to you. So they are fabulous. I love the ladies at the Little Red Hen. And so then Friday morning we went to the Woolen Needle, and then we had lunch at noon, and we did lunch and went back up to the stitching room and stitched and shopped and hung around, and of course talk the whole time. And then after dinner on Friday night, lunch and dinner on Friday are included, and lunch and dinner on Saturday are included. So after dinner, our designer was Lori Markovich of La Di Da, and she is delightful. She was so nice and so sweet, and she presented us with a small design after dinner that night. Let me grab it. Where did I put it? It's right here. A small design after dinner, and it is this one called Autumn Rose. Oh, it's stuck together. Here we go. And it included the fabric, the floss, everything. It's a needle book, very similar to this one that I've done of hers. Different design, same concept. This doesn't show what's on the back. This one has a little bird on the back, and this one has...
It's right here.
It's right here. Well, it's a pair of scissors. I can't show you without... It's like kind of like these scissors, but there's some spools underneath. It's a pair of scissors. All I have is there's no picture of it. And so...
That's really cute.
It's kitted up so nicely. Hope I'm losing. Can you grab that bag? This is the piece of fabric. It's kind of a taupe. I'm not sure. It's probably on the pattern what the fabric is. Does it say? Stitch count is blah, blah, blah. I don't know if she included or not. And these are the threads. DMC and
winter wheat. Winter wheat by Farm Girl.
And it's 36 count, I think.
Yep, 36
and
count.
So all your floss is here, and it comes on this cute little card that you can use while you're stitching. You better turn it right side up. So that's always nice. She has the symbols, so you don't have to keep looking back at your legend. And everything is included, even a pencil. And this is the wool and some needles for the inside of the book. And she uses little brads in the back, the binding of the book, or the spine, I guess you'd call it. But I mean, it has the cardboard, it has the batting, it has the finishing fabric, it has everything in the kit, and it's so nice. You can literally pick it up and start stitching the minute you get it. So if you want to put these back in, they can all just go in here. So that was Friday night after dinner. And then Saturday after lunch, she gave a little presentation. And she also included a really pretty counting pin by Lottie Daw. And then she had some stitching hints from Lottie Daw about where to start when you, these are, I'll just read them to you. Number 1, always, in capital letters with exclamation points, mark the top of your linen with a stitch or a pen or pencil. Number 2, when you're stitching over 2 linen threads, for your first stitch, come up at X count up, and over 2 threads go down at 0. Okay, so on her little diagram, you would come up down here, go over your 2 threads up to here. So as you can see, you're on the outside of this vertical thread, both coming up and going down, and that locks your stitches, and you won't have stitches that slip underneath your threads if you do that. By constantly, as you work, you'll begin to see you're starting in the big hole, and by constantly using this start method, you can easily notice when you are 1 thread off. And then she said to know the pin stitch. It's handy when starting an isolated stitch or on any start. And she shows you how to do the pin stitch, and I'm not going to go into that right now. And then over 1 stitching, the English method, she tells you how to come up against a vertical thread right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for over 1, that keeps your little tiny stitches from sliding under. So she had this little sheet for us that was fun. And then this is her design, and it's beautiful. She showed us the finished one, of course, and it's this house with the flowers, and it says beautiful things come together 1 stitch at a time. And it was hem stitched and then sewn to a fabric on the background and then framed, and it was a really nice finish. But the colors are beautiful. Again, This is the fabric. I actually started mine. I only put a stitch right in the middle. There's like 2 stitches is all to say I actually started it at retreat. It was a very small start. She included a needle minder of the house and thread tags. And I don't have mine all put together yet. But this again was her threads. So those are the thread colors on this, if I can hold it up, on this fabric. Really pretty, very, very pretty. I love the colors. Those are my colors. So I was really happy with the project. It's gorgeous.
Doesn't say what the fabric is? Oh, it is. It's Gravel Road, 36
Gravel
count.
Road by Farm Girl Dry Goods.
Yeah.
So you can order linen from Farm Girl Dry Goods as well. So that was the project. Everyone loved it. I can go back in there if you want. I'll trade you bags here.
Okay.
And then from Michelle at Farm Girl Dry Goods, she gave us this bag. And there were little goodies inside. There's this really cute, they're called pocket scissors. And they're just really cute in this little tin. Really pretty little scissors. Whoops, that's flashing. So there's this little tin with scissors. And a cute, really cute little notepad for putting your little stitchy notes in. And some stickers. This is one of them. It says, cross stitching is my superpower. I like that one. So those were little goodies we got from Michelle. And so that kind of was the retreat. On Friday night, we had a gift exchange, which was like, last year it was Christmas themed. This year it wasn't. It was whatever you wanted to do. And let me grab my gift. I can't reach it. Okay. So my gift exchange.
If I knew how to edit stuff, I would put in right here what she made, but I don't. So she's got to show it on Instagram.
I'm gonna have to show it on Instagram. Yeah, I got this little box from Me and My Stitches, which is adorable, and this little kit to stitch to put in the box. It's little mittens. It's wool applique. So it's on a black wool background and little red mittens, and then there's white snowflakes. Hope that glare's not too bad. White snowflakes to stitch on it, and it fits right in that little box. Then there was also this pattern from Leela's Studio, the new sweater pattern.
Oh, I want those.
Which is so cute.
I want to stitch those on perforated paper.
I know. Yeah, several people were doing them. And then there was this little Mill Hill kit, Winter Holiday, and it's a little pine cone, and it's so cute. So there was the gift exchange gift that I received, and I made a project bag with 2 gingerbread men on it, and then it was quilted and had a bunch of goodies inside. That was
cute.
What I gave away.
It's really cute.
And then we had on Saturday night, we had the Smalls Exchange, and the way we do, Michelle does the Smalls Exchange, my number was actually drawn first. So the person that goes first gets to pick from all the bags. And you've got that, and you go sit down and open it. Well, you stand up and show everybody what you got. And let me show you. This is what I got, and it's fabulous. It started with a card, and it's a little boy sitting on a library stairs, and it says, "Hold a true friend with both your hands." It's an old proverb. And it said, "Here is a reduced version of Marion the Librarian by Lottie Daw. It is stitched on 36 count R&R Old Town blend with my own color conversion. Hope you enjoy the stitch and the book. And this was made by Mary Hinton, who is such a sweet lady. So the outside of the package was wrapped with this Victorian motto, "From me to thee," which is a kind of a peachy pink thread that's beautiful. That was on the outside. And then I opened it up, and this is Marion the librarian, done in these bright, beautiful colors, and then mounted on this old purple book. And I just absolutely love it. I think it is adorable. And then also inside was this book. It's called A Change and a Parting, and it's my story of Amana, Iowa, where the retreat is held. And I can't wait. I flipped through it and read the pictures, and I can't wait to read it because it's going to be really interesting. My husband tried to steal it from me. And then there was also this really cute little metal, it just says read. And after we had gone through the whole thing, if your number's drawn first, when you get clear to the end, well, okay, I picked a package, opened it up, and then I sat down. The next person whose number is drawn can either steal from me or go pick a new package, and they open it up and tell what they got, and then they sit down. Well, it goes along, so every person that goes up can either steal or open a new package. And some of the tickets had a mandatory steal on them, so you had to steal, or you had to take a shot of cinnamon
Fireball
whiskey. And we did have a designated shot taker if you didn't want to do that.
Designated shot taker.
We had a designated shot taker. She's so cute. And so all the way through, I wanted to keep this so bad. And every time someone new went up, you had to hold up your prize, your gift, so they could see it if they wanted to steal it. If you have been stolen from once, then whatever you pick next, whether you steal or whether you get a gift, they can't steal that from you. So if you've been stolen from once, that's as many times as you can be stolen from. Well, I kept holding mine up. We went clear through the whole thing, and I still had my piece. And so because my number was drawn first, I had the opportunity to either steal or pick the last package. No, actually, the last package had been picked. I had the opportunity to steal. Well, I didn't want to steal something because I loved what I already had. And it was so fun to just stand up and say, I'm not stealing, I want to keep this. And then Mary came up to me later, and she was a retired school librarian. And so that's where she got the idea for her small and her gift idea. And the funny thing is, I've worked at 5 libraries throughout my life, grew up on a ranch where we had no television, so I read constantly. I'm an avid reader, so it was the perfect gift for me, and I just love it. I was so happy with it, and she was tickled that I liked it so much. So that was really fun. And then of course, a lot of people, I was going to show you some of the things people gave. I gave out waxers to everyone. I just poured some waxers and gave them out. One of my friends, Pam Horner, I tied this piece of stuff on here because it was just laying there. She made this adorable little tomato on a spool, and I love tomatoes, and Pam did such a good job. So I was tickled to get this from her. It's adorable. I can add that to my tomato collection back here. Yay! Teresa Vanette had a whole 2 or 3 bags full of fat quarters, and we just passed the bags down the tables, and we got to choose a fat quarter. And I got one of Teresa Kogert. Yeah, that's her name. My husband calls her Teresa Yogurt, and so I have to be careful when I say her name. Teresa Kogut. It's her fabric from her nature line, and I grabbed that. And then Oh, while we were at the Little Red Hen, this is the Little Red Hen's label, they handed each one of us, they gave us these floss rings, and it's wood that's been lasered, and it says, "My life may be falling apart, but at least my floss is organized." And so they gave anyone who shopped with them one of those. Pam Horner also made this really cute little, it's a skull pin, and passed those out, and that was really fun. Come here, little, oh, this is a tiny little package. Yeah, this little pin is adorable. See, it's a little skull. It's so cute. So she gave out those, and then I roomed with Rachel from San Antonio, who is Aggie Rachel on Instagram, and she was so sweet. She gave me this set of milk thread Halloween milk tags, and it's got a black cat and a little emblem. This is their thread milk emblem. This is from Lori Wilson in Utah. You can order these from Thread Milk Designs, and the milk caps have Halloween designs on them, and I think there's 4 different Halloween sets that you can choose from, but there's some really cute Halloween. There's the black cat. They're just really cute. Happy Halloween on that one. So Rachel gave me those, and then she knew I wanted this book, and she gave me this Blackbird Honeysuckle Manor. I was so excited because there's some tiny little, well, the patterns are on here too, but the charts are on here, but there's some tiny little minis that I want to do in this book, and some really pretty things. Look at this beautiful pin cushion. Of course, it's Blackbird, and it's wonderful. So there were a lot of really cute patterns in here that I wanted to do. Do you want to look at that?
Yeah.
And then every time you left your seat, you'd come back and there'd be all this stuff on it. I thought this one was particularly cute. Karen Zirin, who is from, I believe it's the Netherlands, gave everyone these really cute little Dutch shoes. They're glass, ceramic, I should say. And these little Dutch, no, they're wood. I was wrong. They're wood. Little Dutch shoes, and her floss tags.
So she come over from the Netherlands for the retreat?
Well, she lives in America now.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
Yeah, she came over. She comes to the retreat. Oh, I think I've seen her at least 2 out of the 4 I've been to. And then this was from Elaine Bauer, a card with a really cute autumn leaf charm on it. These are from Cross Stitch Fancies, who is Susan Coates. She does finishing for keepsakes, and she had these little floss cards, and that's one of the items she has finished, and she does beautiful finishing. And these were floss cards from Pat Crehan, What Do I Stitch Next, on Instagram, and they're adorable. This one is from Christy Fear. She's from Montana, and she brought, it's got a 2022 little charm and some buttons and a card. And I can't remember who that was from. Well, that's another one of Sue's. I have, some of them weren't labeled and I've forgotten. This is a cute little leaf sticker, and then a 2022 charm and a little pumpkin charm down there. That was really cute. This is a needle minder on a pumpkin sticker. Let me see what else we have here. Oh, this was from Michelle Tarman, is who my gift was from. The box with the little mitten, wool mitten kit in it. And I think the last one I got is this one, I haven't even, I looked at it and put it back so I wouldn't lose it. This is from Vicki Epen, Vicki's Spun Sugar Quilts on Instagram. And there's this cute little wooden tag that says, it has Ivy on the front and it says 2022 on the back. And there was some DMC 840 floss and candy, a little snowman candy. So I think that's what everything that was on my table when I would return. I'd have all these fun things every time I left. And then, of course, I got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not going to bore you with all the things I got, except for one thing, which is my prized possession.
Oh my gosh.
I found this at one of the antique stores, and I don't have any with this curved top like this. This is called a Reliable, and I got it at Amazing Grace Antiques, and it is so cute, and it works. Well, it has a little catch in it, but it runs good. It is so cute. Everything lifts up, and all the buttons work, and everything. My husband is going to get the rust off the faceplate for me, and otherwise it's in really good shape. It has the decals there and on the bottom, back and front on the bottom.
She didn't tell me about this.
I know, I was saving it for a surprise. So that's it. I was really happy to get one. This is the third little sewing machine I've collected in Amana. I have, I think, 25 child sewing machines now. They're scattered all through the room. When I do the craft room tour, you can see them all. They're really fun. I just love them. So, I think that's about kind of the recap on the... There was a fly on the screen, sorry. That was the recap of the retreat. It was an awesome time. We had a great time. It's so fun to see new friends. Carol Saltbuck Stitcher was there. Christine Hollis of Hollis Hands Creates. Teresa Vanette, Teresa Kogut, of course, Lori Markovich and her friend Claudia. There were just so many people, and it was so fun to see them all again. And I enjoyed talking with them and hanging out and eating and mostly talking. So that's enough about the retreat. If you can get into a retreat, now is the time, because most of them are going to start signing up between now and Christmas or the first of the year. Right after the first of the year, they'll start announcing retreats. And if you watch Roberta and Lenny, the Sable Stitchers, Roberta is keeping track. She's going to have a website with all the retreats, with the contact information, the dates, as much information as she can get. So watch her Flosstube, Sable Stitchers, and she will keep you updated on what retreats are coming up next. And hopefully you can find out about them soon enough to get in. Once you get in one, then you'll get emails and things from that retreat about when it'll be next year. So,
and your next one?
My next one, we get to go to Quilter Station in April 22nd and 23rd. And that's in Lee Summit, Missouri, outside of Kansas City. And we're really excited.
My first retreat.
Her first retreat. So we're going together.
I'm nervous.
She does have to fly.
I don't travel far from home very often.
So I'll be dragging her across the country. It'll be really fun.
And we're going to the second session.
Yes, we're going to the second session.
She had signed up for the first session, and I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, it closed up fast. So when I was there were people there from Quilter Station, and she said, well, give them a call. I think we can switch you to the second session and get your friend in. So that's what I did. I called, and they switched me and got Nancy in as well. And let's see, that's going to be Lori Markovich from La Di Da, Stacy Nash.
That's who I'm excited to see.
Do you remember who else?
Pat and Ann from Dying
to Stitch. That's right.
Needlework
Press. And then there may be...
They usually have a surprise.
They have a surprise as the fifth one. So there'll be 5 designers. And so we can't wait to go to that.
And there's other Flosstubers going to that one.
Oh, yeah. Lots of other Flosstubers go to that one. And Quilter Station does April, and then they do September. Their cross stitch extravaganza is in September, and again they have 5 designers for that one too. So they have not started sign-ups for September yet, but you need to jump right in if they announce it.
And the first session for April is full, but
the second one still had a few openings. So it's April 22nd and 23rd, I believe. And it's Saturday and Sunday. The first one's Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday. So give them a call. We're going to be there. It's going to be fun. I can't wait.
So what else did we sign up for?
Oh, the Jingle Ball. Yeah. Have you heard about it? It's been on Instagram. Lindy Stitches, Stephanie Webb is host, kind of.
She's kind of the
mastermind of it, yeah. And it's a $10 ticket, and it's a virtual retreat. $10 ticket to get into the retreat, and that's Friday night and Saturday, December 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, so it starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
Which would be?
On December 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
And goes clear through, even through the night, until December 3rd.
At midnight.
At midnight Eastern Time.
Mm-hmm. And there'll be 12 designers. There's classes that are still formulating right now, and the classes are individually priced. So if you sign up for a class, then you pay the fee for that class. So just keep an eye on that.
But for the $10, you get exclusive charts that you can buy that only are going to be
from 12 designers.
Yeah, from 12 designers. Plus, they're going to have other exclusive things in their shop that you can only buy at the Jingle Ball.
Right. So you can shop, you can talk, you can get in all the group chats, the stitching rooms.
Yeah, they're going to have several, from my understanding, stitching rooms.
Stitching rooms.
And I think they're going to be like themed.
I think they are too. Yeah.
So if you go and watch Lindy Stitches, she had a video on Instagram.
Or her YouTube channel.
Just a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And she talked more about the stitching. Well, she did like a Q&A.
Yeah.
So
you need to get on there.
And she answers a lot of questions.
But I know Beth Twist, Teresa Kogut, Erica Michaels.
Hands on
Design. And
Lindy Stitches,
and then 7 more. I mean, there's a whole list of people. And some of them have classes. Some of them will just have things for sale. She's looking it up now. But it's called the Jingle Ball 2022. And your $10 ticket will get you in. So if you don't want to spend any more than $10, you're still in the whole entire retreat. And there'll be the designers talking kind of like one-on-one with everybody.
They're going to have like a meet and greet, and those will be scheduled times.
Yeah. Oh, the Blue Flower is another one that's going to be there.
And then they're going to have entertainment. I think you can just go in and see the entertainment.
Yeah, you can see the entertainment.
Anyway, the Blue Flower, Erica Michaels, the Frosted Pumpkin, Heartstring Samplery, Hands on Design, Lindy Stitches, Ink Circles, Noteworthy Needle, and Satsuma Street.
And Teresa Kogut.
And Summer House Stitchworks, Tiny Modernist, and Teresa Kogut.
Yeah. They've got merchandise.
Yep, now they've got merchandise on here. It looks like...
Decorative pin making class by Heartstring Samplery.
That says only international spots left.
Okay. So international, you can watch too. You can get involved.
Yeah, that's the only class open. Let me see if I can bring up their merchandise here.
They have been adding classes as they get...
I don't know if you're... Oh, yeah, so shirts. You can buy shirts.
Merchandise.
There's shirts and sweatshirts.
But they've been adding classes as they've gone along. They weren't all up at the beginning, so they've been adding classes for people to sign up.
Yep, so...
It looks like it's going to be really fun. And with Stephanie Webb involved, she's so funny.
And for $10...
what can go wrong?
Yeah. So...
It's going to be really fun. A lot of it's brand new. It's a brand new idea, kind of like Expo in August, how they started to do it online. This is a virtual retreat, and I think it's going to be fabulous because they've got a lot of really good ideas.
And so if you have friends, they're in different parts of the country,
you can all get on.
You can get into the same stitch room and stitch together.
Yeah, right.
So
it's going to be really fun.
I have a friend in Texas, and that's what we plan on going into the same stitch room so we can stitch together.
Oh, I'll get to meet her then.
Yeah.
Yeah, yay.
So,
all right.
So it's kind of like a Zoom.
It is.
In
it's
a way.
A Zoom event kind of thing, a big one. Because I don't think there's a limit on how many people can buy a $10 ticket.
I don't think so either.
The classes are limited by size. I think 15 or 20 people probably. I know Teresa Kogut, she is going to do a class on how to finish on a book like this. So if you want to jump on that class. I signed up for Erica Michael class on how to finish strawberries because I love to do strawberries, and I'm sure we'll get the top is the part that I'm sure she'll spend most of the time on in the class is making tops for your strawberries. So I thought that'd be fun. So there's a lot of fun stuff coming up. And my plans now that I'm back from the retreat are to pull out. Well, I'm going to work on those shepherd's bush stockings, so I'll get them started and show them to you in a couple weeks. And I've got some other Christmas things I want to get started. Maybe Winter Rose Manor. I'll pull that one out. And
Have you started that one?
No.
Oh.
And then, of course, we're going to start your SAL December 6th. So I got to get that kitted up. I don't have all the threads pulled. But anyway, we're back in business. Here we go.
So will we be back before Thanksgiving?
What's 2 weeks? Yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll be back on the 15th.
No.
Can you not do the 15th?
Is it the 15th?
14 days from today. Today's the 1st.
Oh.
15th of November. So we'll be back before Thanksgiving, and then we'll be back on about the 30th or 29th.
Just after Thanksgiving.
Just after Thanksgiving. So you'll see us a couple times this month.
Yep.
Hopefully we have a bunch of stuff done. She's the big finisher. My goodness, she has been on fire.
Just because I was so close to everything being finished.
You gotta finish that Winter Rose Manor, or I'll beat you.
It will. I will get it. I think I'll have it done. It'll probably be after the Mill Hill, because I've just been really wanting to do a Mill Hill.
Yeah, finish your Mill Hill. That's your last one too, is it? No, you have one more.
I have one more. So I will start it and hopefully have it finished by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Then they'll all be done.
Then they'll all be done.
Woohoo! I'll show those next time.
So fun times. And I got a bunch of kits from Little Red Hen. I'm not going to bore you showing all those things. It's more fun to show you as I start them and give you all the details and stuff, because right now they're just all in packages and flung all over the place. So I'll get them organized and then I'll show them to you. So is that about it?
I think so.
I think so. Okay, well,
follow us on Instagram. I am at So Cozy Stitching. I'm
at Lounsbury Kathy, or it's So SEW Stitchy. And then Facebook, I'm, what am I? Kathy Clark Lounsbury.
And mine's just my personal name, so.
Well, mine is too. We don't have a special Facebook group. And then, of course, on our YouTube, So-and-So's.
Yep.
So, everybody like, subscribe. Happy stitching. We're supposed to get snow today, so if you're in the northern climes, yeah, today and tomorrow it's supposed to snow. They got snow in Bend this morning. They woke up with snow in Bend.
Really?
It's coming this way. They're supposed to get 2 feet in the Cascades, I think. So we're in the Pacific Northwest, kind of on the outer eastern edge of it. So if it hits the west coast, then it works its way this way. So it's coming.
Yeah, today's supposed to be 60. Tomorrow's supposed to be 40.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to have winds.
Wind.
High winds.
Yeah, the wind is what's bad here. Blah, I hate wind. So, if everybody stay warm, stay close to your stitching, and have a great time until we see you next time.
Right. Bye.
Bye.